morning and welcome to my video today. I thought I would do a kind of let's get to know each other type video. Most of my videos that I do are like voiceover type videos, so I video and then voiceover, and it just means that we're not sort of getting this face-to-face interaction, which I think is nice to do every now and again. I'm very aware that so many of you are taking the time out of your day to watch my videos and comment and have subscribed as well, and I so appreciate that. So I just thought I would do a little, get to know a bit more about me type video. So I've just got a list of questions here. These are not questions that anyone has asked particularly, but just some random ones that I've chosen online and some extra ones that I have put in there as well. So the first one, what is my name? So my name is Kate. It's actually Catherine. My full name is Catherine Margaret, but I've never been Catherine. It's always been Kate or Katie. When were you born? So I'm a December baby, December of 1976, and closer to the Christmas end of December. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Wellington, so I live in New Zealand, as I'm sure you can tell from my accent, but I haven't lived there for many, many years. I now live in the Bay of Plenty area of New Zealand. Are you introverted or extroverted? Gosh, I would definitely say I'm more introverted. I know that, for me to feel revived and renewed, I have to have time alone. So that for sure is a sign of someone who's more introverted. But I think I'm probably somewhere in the middle at times. When I'm around people that I know well, then I'm probably a little bit more extroverted, but for sure I am more of an introverted person. Do you have any children? Yes, I do. I've got 3 teenagers. So my eldest daughter is 19, and then my son has just turned 18, and my youngest daughter will be turning 16 next month. Have you travelled much overseas? Not in the recent years, but generally, yes, I have. So when I was 21, I travelled over to the UK, over to London, to do, like an overseas experience, like, many of us do. And I ended up staying there for many, many years. I met my husband over there, and my 3 kids were all born in London. So I arrived there in 1998, I think it was March 1998, and we didn't leave until 2010. So yeah, a significant amount of my adult years, sort of early adult years were spent in London. And while I was there, you do the sort of obligatory travel to different places, over into Europe. I went to Israel when some friends were living over there. That was amazing. Once I had the kids, then I didn't travel so much, and I think once you are just living in a place wherever that is in the world, then you probably are not so much into traveling a whole lot, especially once you've got children. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. So I'm one of 4. I've got an older brother, and then it's myself, and then I've got a younger brother and a younger sister. My mum decided when my younger brother was 5 that she would like another baby. So yeah, we're quite spread out. How tall are you? Well, my kids would beg to differ this, but I was about 5'8", and I'm not too dissimilar to that, but yeah, my kids dispute that when they measure up against me, but yes, I am 5'8". Do you have any pets? I have got 3 pets. I'm sure you've probably seen many of them in my videos. They love to be in my videos. So I've got a 12-year-old Labrador. She's a purebred chocolate Labrador. If you hear any like click-clacking sound in the background when I'm, doing some of my voiceovers, then that's her walking on my, on my wooden floor with her long toenails. But yeah, she's getting quite elderly now. But Ayla is her name. She's been a beautiful family, pet for us. And then I've got two cats. One of them is Sully, and he's my lovely ginger boy. He loves to be in my videos, very, very friendly, very vocal. And then I have Tinky, and she's a tabby cat. She's quite an anxious cat right from when I got her. She didn't come from a very great sort of background, so she has continued to be quite a scaredy cat. But yeah, they're all great. What is your favourite way to spend a weekend? Gosh, well, I'm out at work every single day, so I am probably more of a homebody at heart actually, and I love to just spend time at home on the weekend, just potter around. We love having family dinners with my extended family. Love going for walks with the dog, or just generally being out in nature when I can. So yeah, and then there's obviously the things that we have to do around the home as well on a weekend if we're working full time. But generally, I just kind of see how the weekend takes me most times. Do you enjoy what you do for a living? Yes, I do. Now so I work 36 hours a week, and I've been a little bit reluctant to say exactly what that is, just because of my online presence now. But it's in a medical field. I see patients each day, and I do love my work. It's very, very varied, the job that I'm in now. And I love having that contact, with people on a day-to-day basis. Now that I'm doing this YouTube channel as well, it's quite a nice mix. I mean, it's very, very busy at the moment as I'm building my channel, but it's quite a nice mix of, having that job that I do outside of my home, and then being creative and being able to do my channel as well. Oh, that is Sully, my cat, who is just currently rubbing up against the tripod. Sorry about that. So what's my next question? What is a book that you would recommend? I would love to have the opportunity to read more than I do, but some of the books that I've read over the years that have probably left an impact on me would be Not Without My Daughter. So that was a book. It was set in the 80s, and it's a true story about a mother who lived in the US. She was American, and her husband at the time was Iranian, and they went back to Iran for a holiday, took their daughter, and they were basically held there against their will. So it's her whole story of just trying to escape Iran with her daughter. Amazing story, and I remember that book really well. The other books that I have enjoyed, these ones here. So Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's a really, really great one if you're just looking at just putting more discipline and creating positive habits into your life and just routines, and that's an awesome book. And health-wise, this one, it's called The Gut Makeover. I did this properly years and years ago now, but it had a profound effect on my health when I was actually doing it. there's lots of great books around, the gut microbiome and just helping that to build up for your immune system and your health. But I, physically noticed a really great change in my health when I did that gut makeover. Are you a morning person or a night owl? I'm kind of not one or the other now. I think historically I've been more of a night owl. Probably all of my kids are as well. I'm certainly not one of those people that doesn't have to set an alarm in the morning to wake up. I always have to set an alarm. But now that I'm probably once since I've had kids and perimenopausal, I'm not one or the other. I'm just kind of in the middle, I think. I love it when I do get up a little bit earlier in the morning and have the time to make the use of those extra hours. But I think naturally probably I would be inclined to stay up later. What's your dream job? I don't think I have so much of a dream job. The field that I, sort of chose my career in is so broad and flexible, and there's so many different, sort of niches within my career that I could go into. So I think there's a lot of variety that I could choose, and I love that. I think probably my dream job would be more around like work-life balance, and I think as we get slightly older, this just becomes more important, and when you've had a family, and it can be hard to find, and I'm trying to sort of find that flexibility and that balance at the moment. So I would love to decrease my hours in my job that I do outside of my home, and be able to just be more creative and do more with my YouTube channel. So that would kind of be my dream job, more around the balance of what's happening in my life, I think. What's your favourite type of cuisine? Well, this one's a little bit of a tricky one for me because I have some food intolerances, and my tummy does not like dairy in any way, shape or form, and I've been like that for many years. So I think probably my true answer to this question is my favourite type of cuisine is anything that I don't have to cook, and that's more of a sort of mum comment, isn't it? But I love Vietnamese, Indian type food. But yeah, I'm just a bit restricted because I can't have cheese or cream or any of those sort of dairy products. They give me a really, really sore tummy. But yeah, anything really that I don't have to cook. I love a good steak and chip and salad meal as well. Where have you always wanted to travel to? I would love to go back to the UK at some point because I've got family over there and obviously don't get to see them. It's been many, many years since I've been over that side of the world. I would love to go on a Disney experience with the kids. That's something that I aspire to, and I would love at some point to be able to take them on that kind of experience. Otherwise, just somewhere calm, peaceful, where I can sit in the sun and read a book. I mean, obviously there's beautiful places in Italy. There's so many beautiful places in the world that I haven't seen. But I mean, New Zealand is not a bad place to live in. We have beautiful, beautiful scenery here as well. And there's actually the South Island of New Zealand, which I have not hardly seen any of, and that's probably where most of our most beautiful scenery is down in the South Island. So yeah, that's probably somewhere much closer in the world that I would love to travel to. How do you stay active and healthy? Yeah, this is is a tricky one, isn't it? When you've got, a busy family and you're working full time. Uh, if I'm going to choose any kind of exercise, it would be to run. I do enjoy running, and I have dabbled in that over the years. I do have an online lady, Tiffany Hall is her name. She's an Australian lady, and she does an online fitness program, which I have done in the past, and that's really, really great, obviously, to be able to do at home. But otherwise, I mean, I do walk quite a lot because I have the dog that needs to be walked. Yeah, and then run when I can. What's a skill that you are proud of? So my job that I do, in the medical field outside of my home, I'm probably the most skilled that I have been across, all of my jobs of, over my lifetime now. And I guess, a lot of that is because you're learning a lot as you, progress in your career. But my job specifically now, I'm very, very skilled in what I do, but over a very broad, range of things. So anything, medical, if you need an IV line put in, or an infusion given, or I don't know, there's minor surgeries. There's a lot of different things that I'm quite skilled in now, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of where I've got to in my career now. Do you enjoy spending time outdoors? Yes, I love being outdoors. I don't think there would be many people that don't enjoy being outdoors. Once you actually get there, it's just finding the time, and prioritizing the time to actually get out there, and especially on beautiful summer days. It's so good for your mental health, for your well-being, for your mood, to just be outside in nature and moving our bodies. I'm a firm believer of that, because I know when I go for a run, or when I take the dog out, and especially if it's with a friend, or just generally chatting, you just feel so. That was Tinky, my tabby cat. You just feel so much better, and everything in the world just seems so much better when you've spent time outside. What's your idea of a perfect vacation? I think I've probably touched on this a little bit with that previous travel question. But probably anything where I'm able to just sit and read a book, not have to cook, not have to clean, somewhere warm. I would probably more choose a warm holiday versus a cold holiday. I don't probably really even care where that would be. Do you have any favourite TV shows or movies? Yes, I love any kind of psychological thriller, book version as well. Anything sort of psychological thriller. I don't enjoy horrors, but I do love anything to do with zombies. It's a bit weird, I know, but any kind of zombie movie I love. And like murder mystery, type sort of TV programs and movies. I love anything like that. What do you wish you had more time to do? I think, probably spend more time on myself. I can see that season is coming, now that my kids are getting older and more independent, and obviously I'm well into my 40s now. So just spending some more time on myself, just getting more, sort of active, and looking at things that are going to bless my body, going into menopause as well. So that's probably what I wish I had more time to do. What is a cause that you feel strongly about? Probably anything to do with animals. Probably something more local is what's happening with with animals. I love anything to do with animals, and I used to be a vet nurse in my former life many years ago. So yeah, any kind of cruelty to animals is something that I just really hate and upsets me. Do you believe in God? Yes, I do. My faith is very simple. I believe, that there is a greater being out there, i.e. God. And yeah, kind of at the crux of it, I think that, everything has a creator, and I don't think we're any different. We have a creator. Look at our the way our bodies work, how just, if there's one, tiny little thing that's out of whack or out of balance, we become unwell, and we're so just intricately made, and yeah, I don't think that has just happened by chance. Is there a hobby you've always wanted to try? There's lots of things that I would love to try over the coming years. I love the idea of, all of these skills that, have been before: knitting and sewing and crochet, all of those type of skills. I would love to, try knitting and be a good knitter. Any grandchildren, that come in the future, I would love to be able to knit something for them. Pottery, I would love to give pottery a go. And then, I've got my, my YouTube channel, which sorry, you can hear my dog walking around in the background. She's just going on to her bed. Yeah, so my YouTube channel, that really is quite a creative outlet for me at the moment. I feel like I'm, able to sort of have a say, and speak things that are important to me, or might be helpful to someone else. So that's, at the moment, that's kind of a hobby for me as well. A very time-consuming hobby, but a hobby. What's something you love learning about? I was talking about this with one of my work colleagues the other day. I almost feel probably not overwhelmed, but there's just so much that we could be learning, and in fact, our lives should just be a lifetime of learning. That you could never learn everything that there is out there to learn. But I love listening to podcasts. I love listening to the speakers on Diary of a CEO. He interviews all kinds of people, but I love the talks that he's had around menopause. He's had a guy on there recently, Brian Johnson, who's trying to outlive death, I guess, is what he's trying to do. That's a really interesting podcast to listen to. So yeah, I'm learning a lot about videoing, and as I've been doing my YouTube channel, then I've learned so much with that. That's been a huge learning curve. But yeah, just generally, there's so many things that we could choose to learn about. It's all out there. We just have to decide what that's going to be. What is the most painful thing you've experienced? So there's probably 3 things that I can think of. 2 of them are more physical, and 1, emotional. So the physical things, after I'd had my children, actual childbirth, that's painful. But the stitching up afterwards, when you've had to have a episiotomy, or you've split naturally, the stitching up was, pretty bad. So very painful. And then I also had an acute back injury in 2022, I think it was. I've never had a great back, issues with my back since I was a teenager. But yeah, this particular episode was excruciating, and it was all sort of happening around the time when I was just about to put my house onto the market. So a week before my first open home, I had my back injury, and yeah, it was just horrific. I had to go down to my mum and dad's and be looked after for a week. I didn't know if I was going to walk again. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but I recovered. And yeah, and then the third thing is was the breakdown of my marriage. Yeah, that was pretty painful, and yeah, very, very emotional time, very traumatic time for me and my kids. Yeah, I feel like they've been, very blessed with, and I have as well, with the support and love that, we had around us at the time. My parents, I can't, yeah, say enough about how wonderful my parents were over that time, and my extended family. But for anyone who's gone through that, it's such a personal experience. Even if you've had a marriage breakdown, your experience is going to have been, so different to mine. Similarities maybe, but no comparison. Your own pain is what you experienced, and you'll never be able to describe that to somebody else. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So that happened 11 years ago, and I've been by myself, yeah, since then, just working through grief and loss and trauma. But we're getting there. Do you plan to move from where you are? I probably have maybe 5-year goal with this particular house. I've been here for 3 years now, and I don't know. I like moving house. I know when you've got a family and children, it's not great, but I get quite excited about being able to look for somewhere new. But yeah, maybe in 2 or 3 years I might look at moving on to somewhere else that's got a little bit more area where I could maybe have chickens, or grow a bit more of a veggie garden, something like that. Do you go for comfort or style in clothing? I think if you knew me when I was in my 20s, it would have been style. This is when I was living in London, but I had probably about 30 or 40 pairs of shoes. I loved buying shoes, and a lot of them I didn't even end up wearing, but yeah, that's kind of what happens when you're in your younger years, I think, isn't it? But now I definitely go for comfort. I love coming home and just putting my my big dressing gown on. It just feels like a big hug to me, and I feel the cold, so anything that's sort of comfy and warm and sort of wrapped around me, then I love that feeling. So yeah, these days definitely comfort over style. Are you a messy or tidy person naturally? I'm definitely a messy person. I don't find it easy to maintain, the tidiness in my home very easily. What is my favourite perfume? I'm quite simple when it comes to perfumes. I think I don't feel like I need to go out and buy, really expensive perfumes. I have had them in the past. I love Coco Chanel, but I love Tommy Girl. That's just quite a cheap perfume. So I like sort of probably more musky smells, or quite fresh smells. Yeah. What is my love language? So my love languages is probably a combination of two. So definitely quality time. I love just having people around. Generally, I don't necessarily have to be talking to people to feel filled up. But yeah, I love just spending time with the kids, with my family, just hanging out. And then definitely acts of service would be my other love language. That's quite strong for me. So yeah, if the kids or someone came and tidied up or vacuumed or put the dishwasher on for me, especially without me having to ask, then my tank would feel very full, and I would feel quite loved by that. And the last question is, what is the scariest thing that I have ever chosen to do? I think definitely it would be when I chose to do a bungee jump. I was probably about age maybe 19, or yeah, probably 19, I think it was. And we went over to Australia for a family holiday, and I chose to do a bungee jump, and I have no idea why I did that. I am not a risk taker type of person. I'm not a thrill seeker type of person, and I was so petrified by it that I couldn't even scream. I couldn't even let out a sound. When I was dropping and falling, it was horrific. It was, yeah. I do not know why I chose to do that, but I can say that I have done a bungee jump. So that is the end of the questions. I hope that you feel like you've got to know me a little bit more. As I said, I so appreciate that you are taking the time out of your day to support my channel and to watch my videos. I'm just an ordinary mum. So a year ago, I started my YouTube journey. As I said, I work full time. I'm trying to manage a home, teenagers and everything that goes with that. I just hope that there maybe is something, through my journey that might be able to bless somebody else or inspire someone or encourage. And so, yeah, that's pretty much why I make my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.